got in the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and a huge thanks to Verizon for sending this out for review purposes so I can show you guys it, but I'm really excited. So this is going to be like a different kind of video. It's going to be like a live unboxing video, so you guys will get to hear my initial impressions as I open the box. So let me know if you guys like this style, if you like the more like scripted kind of unboxings, and with that said, let's get right into it. Okay, so the phone still has this plastic wrap on, so let's just quickly remove that. Okay, so after taking it out of the plastic wrap, I just want to make a quick comment on the box. It looks a lot better than last year's box. I'm definitely liking the look better, and I like this blue color. That's like one of my favorite colors. Aside from that though, it's the 32GB model. Since the phone now is expandable storage, the only model that comes in is 32GB. So that's just something else to note. Luckily, it's not 16GB. I'm glad they made it 32. Okay, so just flipping over the box, we just see the contents of the box, but I'm going to show you guys that so we don't have to look at that. Now let's just open up the box. I can't wait to see the Galaxy S7 Edge. It's gotten a bigger screen size since last year. So last year was the same size as the regular S6, but now this year the S7 is 5.5 inches compared to the smaller screen size on the regular S7. So it really differentiates it from the regular S7, and it's 5.5 inches compared to the Note 5 at 5.7 inches. So it's going to have a smaller form factor while still giving you a pretty big screen. And Samsung is known to have pretty small bezels, so it should be smaller than the iPhone 6s Plus. Alright, let's get right into the box. Ooh, the phone looks really nice. Okay, so I'm going to pop this out for now, and we'll come back and look at this in a second, as we normally do during unboxings, but it looks really nice. Can't wait to test it more in-depthly. Okay, so just taking this piece off, we have a Verizon SIM card. We'll put this to the side, and we'll look at the rest. So over here, it looks like we have a SIM card ejector tool. And I already have a SIM card for my iPhone 6s, so I'll just use this SIM card and put it in to the Galaxy S7 Edge. This is going to be my main phone for the next month, and then I'll review it for you guys. So this looks like it has to be opened up before we can get to it. So let's just pop this open here. Okay, there we go. So that's all that's in there. So right over here, we have the SIM card ejector tool, and like I said before, I'm going to use that to get the SIM card out of my iPhone 6s, and I've been using that for the past few months as my main phone. And then over here we just have some paperwork, nothing much here, there's some information, warranty stuff. Okay guys, so looking at the rest of the box, right over here we have a USB to micro USB. This is going to be pretty useful to transfer stuff from the phone, and I'm glad that they included it. The next thing that we have is headphones, and they look to be in this black packaging, but in reality they're actually white headphones. I was kind of hoping that they were to go to like a stealth black headphone, but no, they're just white. I'm not going to use them anyways. I have a dedicated pair of headphones, but it's nice that they include headphones. The next thing that we just have is our typical accessories. So we have a micro USB cable and a wall wart. A lot of people were actually disappointed that it didn't have USB Type-C. A lot of people wanted that in the phone, as a lot of flagships this year are going to have USB Type-C. But I'm actually happy that they went with micro USB. It still has that fast charging feature, and it just is more universal. Although it would have been pretty cool to see Samsung go with USB Type-C, because then the accessories would have been much more mainstream for USB Type-C. But maybe next year, I'm happy to have micro USB, as I don't have that many USB Type-C cables. So just moving all of this aside, let's take a look at the actual phone. Okay, so before we can do that, let's do my favorite part of the unboxing, taking off the plastic. And just first impressions before we power it on, the curves in the back feels a lot better in the hand than it did last year because it didn't have curves. So they took something out of the Note 5 book, which did have curves, so now it has curves on the front and the back. And it just feels really good in the hand. It just rests really nicely in the hand. And the Edge display also feels good in the hand. And this phone is no doubt one of the best phones on the market in terms of design. It just looks really nice. I love the color. I wasn't actually sure what color I was going to get, but Verizon knew what I wanted, and they hooked this one up. This color looks awesome. Okay guys, so let's just power this on quickly. Yeah, so it's powering on right now. Okay guys, so I'm just going to set this up really quickly, and then I'll come back and I'll give you guys my initial first impressions. But just right now, the phone feels really good in the hand, and the screen looks amazing. It has a really high PPI. If you guys don't know what that means, it means pixels per inch. And the screen just slides off, and it's like an infinity display, and it looks amazing. I just want to make one quick note as I'm setting this up. I haven't seen this in any other video, but the taptic feedback feels really nice. Definitely an improvement over the S6 last year. Okay, so now it's just finishing the setup, and then we'll give you guys my initial impressions. Okay, so right now I'm getting prompted to set up a fingerprint, so we'll be able to test how fast it sets up, and if it's a good sensor, and if it improved since last year. Okay, so right now I'm just going to place my finger on the home button to set this up. So that's the second time I actually got that error message. I got this last year also. It's definitely not as fast as the iPhone 6s to set up, upon first impressions, of course. Alright, and there we go, it's set up. Okay, after that long setup, we're officially on the device. Yeah, so my first impressions, the screen looks really, really nice, actually. It definitely looks better than last year. It looks a little bit cooler than the Note 5 display, in my opinion. I don't have the Note 5 to show you guys right now, but it does look cooler. It also gets really bright. Just moving back and forth here, it looks pretty snappy. I haven't experienced any stutters yet, but then again, I've only been using it for a few seconds. Looks pretty cool, though. Let's do a quick action to open up the camera. So I'm just going to double tap. Wow, okay, that was really fast. I'm going to say keep turned on, and let me try it again. Okay, so I'm just going to double tap, and we'll see how fast it opens. That was like immediate. Okay, so let me just try to take a quick picture. So I'll take a picture of my unboxing knife here. So I'll definitely have to test this more in depthly, for sure, before I can give you guys my full first impressions on it. But the picture looks really detailed. Just zooming in. Looks pretty good. I'll obviously, if you guys want to see a full camera test, let me know by leaving a like on this video and leaving a comment down below, and I'll be sure to do that. This looks really cool though. So just swiping in from the side, this is the Edge display. So you get Apps Edge, which you can put a bunch of different apps here to quickly open them. Then moving again, you have Tasks Edge, and you can put tasks here and stuff like that. Then you have People's Edge, so you can put contacts here to quickly access contacts. And then you have Yahoo News, that's pretty cool. Edge Panels, you can access your favorite functions on this one. And then we're back to Apps Edge. Feels pretty nice, actually. And then you just tap on the screen to get rid of it. And it's actually really easy to swipe in. No issues there. So right now, I'm just going to open up a 4K video so we can test the screen. It looks great, though. It looks very similar to the Note 5 screen. It looks slightly different, but it looks really good. So let's just open up the first 4K video we found. Yeah, and let's just take a quick test at it. Maybe just raise the volume here. Okay, so the screen does look amazing, and the viewing angles are pretty good for sure. A lot of people are saying that the speaker was crappy. It actually sounds pretty good upon first impressions. Obviously, my thoughts could change. But since this phone is water resistant, they had to put a coating of resistance right behind the speaker. So the speaker doesn't sound as good as last year. It sounds a little bit duller and a little bit more muffled. But people were making it out to sound like it was terrible. It actually sounds pretty good. I'm impressed. It's not like Nexus 6P front-facing speakers or HTC One M9, but it's pretty good actually. I'm impressed. And considering it's just one speaker at the bottom here, a lot better than I was expecting. And in terms of the screen's amazing. The colors are really vibrant. Obviously, you can change the vibrancy in the settings to make them less vibrant, to make them like tuned down and more accurate. But I like the vibrancy. I'm not going to be color grading on here or anything, so I don't mind the vibrancy. But yeah, so the screen actually looks great. Okay, so just turning this back on here, we can actually test out the fingerprint sensor. So let's just see. Wow, it opened right away. That was faster. Even though the setup was a little bit annoying, that was pretty fast. A little bit slower than the 6S, I would say, but pretty fast. One of the fastest definitely out there. Probably faster than the Nexus 6P, or the same speed. Wow, okay, so the screen looks great, and the fact that it has these edges on it makes it just really immersive. Obviously, there will be a full review on this, so stay tuned for that, but upon first impressions, I'm really impressed with the screen. Definitely the best screen on the market, period. Even with those 4K displays on the Sony Xperia Z5 Plus, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, almost positive. This still looks the best screen on the market. Colors are really vibrant, like I said. You can always turn that down, as I also said, but just looks really nice. I'm really impressed. So just backing back out of here, the phone is pretty fast, actually. And one thing that I do want to touch upon is Samsung skin on the device. I haven't used a Samsung device as a permanent smartphone in probably 2 years. So I really wasn't sure what I would be expecting to use this as a long-term phone. I've used the S6 and the Note 5 for like short periods of time, but this is going to be my main phone for a month. So I was a little bit worried about the skin. But needless to say, I don't think I should be worried anymore. The skin looks toned down. It's less bloatware. It does have some bloatware, but it's less than in previous years. The phone, it doesn't feel like it slows the phone down. This phone still feels very fast. Definitely one of the fastest on the market. Austin Evans, who's another great YouTuber, did a whole video on the fastest smartphone. So if you guys want to see that, check it out. He compared it to the iPhone 6s, so you guys can see a speed test. But needless to say, the phone looks really, really fast. And it feels fast. And the other thing that I want to note here is it also has a theme store, so if you don't like the way this looks, you can get like a more stock feel at the theme store. But I actually really don't mind this. I think it looks really nice. And before I head out of here and test this more in-depthly, I just want to talk about one more thing that is a cool feature this year, and that is the always-on display. So right here, as you guys can see, when I turned off the phone, the time still shows on here. So all the pixels are off because it's a Super AMOLED display, except for the pixels that show the time. So it doesn't waste that much battery. I actually don't think it's going to have a huge effect on battery. I don't even think it's going to be that noticeable, maybe 2 or 3%. But it looks really cool, and it's a useful feature. The LG G5 is also including it this year. I know that some people are complaining that it doesn't show app notifications on here as well, and I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, but probably the software update we can get that on here. Overall though, it looks pretty cool, and it's pretty responsive. When you turn it back on, it comes on right away. And actually, when you turn off the screen, the time comes on right away also. Again, I'm going to be testing this for about a month. The one last thing that I want to note, and I already said that once, but the one last thing that I want to note here is that just like last year, the phone picks up a ton of fingerprints. Luckily, our good friends at dbrand have hooked me up with a few scans that I'll be applying right after this. And again, you can get scans from dbrand with a link in the description below. It will definitely help cover up all the fingerprints and add a needed grip, as the phone does feel pretty slippery upon first impressions. It doesn't feel like they cured that at all since last year, and the fingerprint issue is definitely back and as bad as ever, so definitely the skin's gonna fix that. But the phone does look really beautiful aside from the fingerprints and aside from the fact that you're gonna be needing to clean it all the time. It looks pretty good, so I'm excited to test it. I'm excited to test out the new 12 megapixel camera. It doesn't protrude as much, so the phone doesn't rock as much when placed on a table. It still moves a little bit, but it's not as bad as before, and it just looks better now. Before it was a big bump, now it's very slimmed down. It's almost flat on the device. I've heard that it's maybe the best camera on any smartphone to date, so it's got a lot to live up to, and just like any Samsung phone, expecting to be impressed. I've actually seen a few people's reviews on this already, and it seems like there's not that much bad with it. It has this really nice design with this curved back. It's got this amazing screen. It's got a really good camera. It's got a fast fingerprint sensor. It's got high-end specs, and of course, this innovative edge display, which aside from actually being functional, looks really good. So I'm going to end this video here. On initial impressions, I am really psyched to test out this device. Huge thanks to Verizon for hooking me up with this one. You guys are awesome over there. And yeah, you guys will expect covered soon. If you guys have something specific that you want to see covered in the review or a whole separate video, leave it in the comment down below, and if enough people want it, I'll be sure to discuss that in a separate video. Or if it's something that you want discussed in the review, I'll definitely address it there. Alright, anyways, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.